So we can start it because I will start only with a few concepts in the beginning. I think you are already with me before, but I am from São Paulo, Brazil. I am a developer for more than 20 years. I am a developer advocate on RSK, but this talk is not related to RSK. It's only related by Truffle and Drizzle in Ethereum. Even I'm using the RSK template. I use the same, I know. So to understand a bit more about Drizzle, Drizzle can help us with the front end using React and use some important tools, not exactly only React, but the Redux and the store and the ways to have more management about the information. So we have a React Ethereum data store. So here we have the synchronization with our smart contract, data transactions, and more, very more. But if you have your store, you can use it too. So you will add the Ethereum functionalities in your store. Yes, William, you put my email here now. And probably it was in the other pad that I put in here in the end too. More about Drizzle. When we are not using Drizzle, we need to use to create our functions to use the Web3 and to communicate with the smart contracts. But Drizzle makes this easier because this extends the Web3 contracts. So we have access to all properties, all methods, and from Web3. It's easier. It's very easier. And also we have a component library for use with dApps. This is the basic of Drizzle. Here we have other components that Drizzle are using and make the life easier for us. So Drizzle have a Web3 communication, a base in Redux and the Redux Saga. We have built on Drizzle, we have Drizzle React and the Drizzle React components. So all of this I will share with you in the end. I will put the links. We'll have a new pad for this. And a bit about it. Drizzle, now it's called Drizzle Store. This is the core library. This is responsible for the Web3, for the accounts, for the content instantiation. It's like the Redux store. Drizzle React is the provider. So we have two important components, the provider and the connect. The provider is like the store provider, and the connect help us to make it easier to connect the Drizzle with your app. And the Drizzle React components, this is a library of components, of useful components for common app functions. And now it includes the contract data, so we can read the information in the smart contract. The contract form, we can send transactions using the function of the smart contracts, and you can using it for loading container. All of these, they are in examples. So you can read that I put a link here, here, and here. And we are doing this in a practical way now. So, hands on. I will share this here. This is the pads. First, I will put some useful links for you. This is very important. If this is this part. No, not copy. Copy. Paste. Oh, I didn't know what to do. Yes. Now, is this. And the project that we are using here, it's a project from my GitHub, is this project. And we will do a git clone in a few minutes. So first, for this workshop, we need to have a web wallet and Ganesh Key. The web wallet to be MetaMask. If you was in the other workshop earlier today, we installed MetaMask. So now I'm going directly to install the Ganesh Key. This is the requirements. Ganache Kli is ganache, but I prefer ganache Kli because I'm not worrying about the front end. I like to have only a blockchain. And Ganache, it's a tool for a command line. It's not a window. It's not so beautiful, but it's so useful. To install Ganache, it's better to install it globally in the terminal. I have it done, so I do not now. And after install Ganache using npm or yarn, you can run Ganache using these parameters. Here, this is the network ID. I prefer to set up the network because if I do not do this, the Ganache, every time the Ganache CLI will run, it will use a different network ID. And I prefer to have the same, so it's better to define it in the Ganache. And here, I will put the same mnemonic that I have in my MetaMask wallet. So be sure that you use the same mnemonic in both, in MetaMask and here. I'm using the same mnemonic that I was using in the last workshop 1 hour ago. So for me, is this. This is my mnemonic. And I will run Ganache now. I run Ganache in the Git bash. I can use a normal terminal in Windows. Remember that I'm using Windows and not Mac. For you using Mac or Linux is the same. So here I'm running Ganache Key. Remember that I have a blockchain here. This is a blockchain, almost a memory blockchain, because when I close this window, my blockchain will disappear. But for our tests, it's enough. I have my accounts, and you can check that my first account, for example, starts with 26C. And if I go to Ganache, this started with 26C. So I am using exactly the same account. Here I'm connected in a different network too, and I only do disconnection after running Ganache. So I'm running Ganache, so I can go here, like if I am in the mainnet, I will go to the local host 8545. Whoa. Localhost. Yes. If you try to do this before run Ganache, you got an error, okay? Great. So I have my blockchain running, my personal blockchain running, and I am connected in Ganache. The next step is the project. I download my project in this folder, because now I am working with Ethereum, not with RSK. So I need to go to my folder, and I will clone this repo, because I have many ways to create a frontend and to connect to a frontend here. You can check this repo. I have only the most basic, using MetaMask, using only Truffle, using only React. But now we are seeing these four ways: Drizzle, Drizzle React, Drizzle React Components, and Drizzle Events. We are experimenting this. So it's done. I need to go to my repo. And I'm here. I need to go to this inside the repos. It's not only this. So we start with the first. I'd like to show the project before. So I will open my project in Visual Code. Here is my projects. The first will be the registered Drizzle. In the Truffle config, I only have the configuration for my custom for Ganache CLI. An important thing to notice is here. I changed the contracts build directory, because when we are using React app, you need to have your smart contracts or your artifacts, like the API and the address, in a place that your app can read it. So I need to change it to put it inside my app directory. This is the only different thing here. And now what we are doing. This is perfect. I can explain more later. We will try the first version, the registered Drizzle. I will put some comments for you in our pad. It's here. I'm going to this folder now inside. And I am in the terminal. I run the Truffle console. When I didn't specify the network, the Truffle console will go to the network called development. And you can check here that I defined the development in my local host in my port 8545. And I'm here in the same place. I only need to migrate my smart contract, so I will deploy in this network. It's very fast now. It's done. And I can go out to run the frontend, because now our focus is the frontend. It's many ways of a frontend. So I'm not in the Truffle development console anymore. I need to go to the app folder, run the npm install. This take time, because React, it's a big package. And do you have any doubts now? Are you follow me? I have two screens. I mean, demonstrate in my right screen, but I have another screen. I'm looking for the chat almost all time. So if you need something, it's good. William, did you try the exit inside the Truffle development? Maybe it's this. If it do not go out, do not exit, you can try Control C or open another window. It's not a problem. I said that this take more time. So I come here. What I have in this first project? The app directory, source, this is important. Usually we have, when I have a React application, we have an index with less thing. It's normal, we put more things here. But in my index, I'm using the Drizzle store. And this register is the artifacts for my in smart content. So here I have the API and the address of this smart content in my network, deployed in my network. Here I'm defining in options that I'd like to use the contract register in Drizzle. And I will instantiate Drizzle with these options. So Drizzle, you try to find this smart contract register. And I may render the app using Drizzle. Is this. In the app, what I have here, I created the components. So I created a component to call a function getInfo, and I created a component to call a function setInfo. I'm using the component did mount. This is a old fashioned way to do it. And I'm rendering everything by myself. You can also look at the components, the getInfo. We have a lot of stuff here and a lot of stuff here to get the transactions, to call the transactions. So this is the most complex of them because I'm using less Drizzle tools, so I need to have more work. I think it's done here. Yes, it's done. After did the npm install, the next step is run this app. I'd like to show you how it is. Maybe it's take. Yes, no problem. In 1 minute it will be okay. Yes, this is our register. It's only to register an information in a blockchain or get this information. So I will set info. I will show the smart contract. It's a good to do it. The smart contract will be the same in the 4 versions, okay? This is the smart contract. So it's the same. I have a smart contract called register. I have a variable, a string variable, private. It's called info. And I have 2 functions. The first function, setInfo, is to save some information in this variable. So I'm sending a transaction to the blockchain. The second function, getInfo, it's only to show the information. It's return the information because my variable is private, so I create this function to return the information. The smart contract will be the same in 4 projects, okay? And here, I'd like to save the TruffleCon. setInfo. Now I have MetaMask to confirm my transaction. And because this is a local blockchain, it's so fast. But I will have some problem here. Because I'm using the same wallet, maybe I need to go to another wallet or to another network and come back to my, only to be sure that the connection will be ready, and try again. No, I have another problem because I have MetaMask installed before. It's good to teach how to resolve problems. So probably I have a problem with my account because I used the same account before. I will reset the account. Yes. I think now it will work. Yes. Now it's working. Here the transaction is okay. Here the info is TruffleCon. So this is the first version. I only use Drizzle in this version. Yes, I not seeing this screen. I reset the wallet. Yes, it's a common problem. Next step, this it's okay. So I will close this and we are going to the next version of this. The next will be the Drizzle React. So I will put the informations for you now. We are using the same, we are do the same steps, but for this project now, okay? So here I will go out, change the directory, change my folder. So now I am in the Drizzle React folder. I will do the same, Truffle console. But this is another project because this is in another folder. Migrate. I have another version of the smart contract here. And after the migrate, I can exit, go to the apps. I think I have our comments here. Install it again because we are in another. And again, we are installing and I can explain some part for you. What I have here and what I have, what's the difference here? Here, I'm not using the component did mount. I'm using the Drizzle context, the consumer, and the Drizzle context provider. I will show you. So go to the app folder, search. Here, we can see that I'm using the context, and here the Drizzle context provider. And inside my app, I'm using the Drizzle context consumer. And because of this, if I go to my components have less information than the other. It's easier to do in this way. Here in the same, if I compare this app.js with the other, this is easier because I'm using directly the components, the consumer and the provider. Oh, it's not yet. A bit more. I can explain more. Do you have any doubts? Okay. Yes, maybe I need to hurry up because we have a lot here. Oh, this is crazy. Yes, done. So, npm start and I can show you the next. It's the same, but it opened in another window. Hey, come here. It's okay here? It's okay. Oh, here I'm using the Drizzle React. It's the same smart contract, but it's another instance. It's another deploy. So I can set another information. TruffleCon 2020. TruffleCon 2020. It's the same. I have the MetaMask. I will confirm the wallet, and now I have the information. This is almost the same. The difference are in the code. So here are the difference. Okay. So go to the next. We don't have much time. The next it is using components. So we have more information here. It's better to start it first because we need time to install it. I didn't install it before. So this is the next. So I'm going here. The same Truffle console. Migrate. Este. Go to the app. Install. And we can talk in the install. I show the difference now. So I'm here. I'm in the React components now. And what's the difference here? The difference is I'm using the components, but the components is not here. It's here. Here I'm using the components in the install. And you can verify. No, I am in the wrong project. Oh, yes. It's not here. I need to go here. Yes. So here I'm using all of things inside the app, and I'm using the Drizzle components. I'm using the provider, I'm using the consumer like the other, but my component make the difference. So I have in my component, I'm using the Drizzle React components. And here I'm using the account data or contract data and contract form. And this makes the difference because the way I used to call a function, it's different and it's easier, it's fast, so you don't need to care about it. It's better to do in this way. Here I'm looking my active account, and here in the register I'm simply doing the get function, the get info, and doing the set info. It's very fast. It's better than the other ways. You can check that it's one line to do this and one line to do this, and my component is done. So it's okay. So npm start. And we will open another. Perfect. And I put my contacts because I do not the last. I don't have time to do the last. Here are my contacts. I put here for you, and also in the pad. And here I'm using Drizzle React components. Maybe it's like the same. I put my name, submit, and it's done. It's very faster. I put more information like the active account because I'm getting this information in the Drizzle component because it's easier. It's very easy. This is the account data. So is this for now? Oh no, yes, is this for now? And the next, in 40 minutes, I will show you how to test smart contracts on RSK using Truffle. You can do the TDD in Truffle.